Earth's movements, November the 28th, 2016, bring warnings and watches till December 3rd, 2016, in the weather form. Tomorrow we're going to do space weather, so check that out. Right now, Earth is exiting a stream of high-speed solar wind that cause a G1 class geomagnetic storms and Arctic auroras during the long holiday weekend. The light show will probably subdue as the solar wind slackens. Alright, so the solar wind is starting to wear off on the Earth. Alright, and it's high speed, so it's a G1 class geomatic storm. And it's going to subdue by Wednesday. From the energy from that storm, give about 24 to 48 hours till Friday for warnings to be off. Alright. During the storm and 24 to 48 hours after the storm, all that energy, we see more in earthquakes. Some put warnings and watches for earthquake hotspots and the new chaotic world, including Italy and places that have been getting some weird earthquakes. Alright, folks. And also put warnings and watches on storms. Alright. To charge up from the solar winds. Alright, it charges up the storm, so storms get bigger and they blossom and they're much stronger. Alright, right now, if we look at the sun, AR2612 is on the left of the screen. You can see. This thing could produce between a C and X-class solar flare. Earth right now is not inside no coronal holes, so we're not getting any Earth-side wind from the coronal holes, so that's good right now. And also, I'm put warnings and watches for December the 1st. We have an incoming asteroid that's 1.5 lunar distant away. That happens on December the 1st, Thursday, and it's called 2016 WQ3. And we're going to get more into detail about this possible Earth approaching object. But it's 1.5 lunar distance, so it's 1.5 of the moon distant away from Earth. So from this G1 solar class storm, there's a lot of things going on right now. So we're going to go to the wind map, and we have a major system, right over in the central, on the left side of the Great Lakes, as you can see, where all the wind's getting sucked up to. Alright, and that's a major system because it's dividing the cold front from the warm front. The warm front is all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico, all the way to the north by the Dakotas, folks. And I want people out there to really be prepared if you live down south. Alright, all the way from Louisiana, all the way to Florida, all the way up to North South Carolina, all the way back over towards Illinois, Indiana, and down, folks. Tonight we're going to get possible tornadoes and a lot of tornadoes for the next 24 hours from this system. As you can see, the system's churning away from all the warm water from the Gulf of Mexico. And you can see when we look at the temperature, dude, give it a second to load up. We're going to scroll down. We're going to look at the nation temperature. And even though, if you live down south and you're watching, 50s and 40s are normal. It's rare, but it's normal at this time of year in the north. But when you get 50s and 60s as daily highs, we're going to see today and tomorrow, all the way up to Minneapolis, Minnesota, and North and South Dakota, where that system is churning at. Alright, folks, that's not normal. Alright, and that's the lows, but the highs are crazy. Alright, so let's go look at the highs real fast. So the system's divided. Where the yellow is, you got 40s, near 50s. This is not normal. Alright, this is not normal. This is where that system's at. So when I put out a tornado warning, look at the temperatures. Alright, and we're going into December. We're at the end of November. Look at the north. Alright, Michigan, rare, Indiana, Ohio, Illinois. Alright, Wisconsin, Minnesota, This is not normal time of year kind of weather. Even down south, it does get cold down south in the wintertime. They stay in the 40s and 50s, but they're in the 70s and 80s. I'm not talking about Florida where it stays, or South Georgia or Alabama, but I am putting tornado watches out for them. So let's look at the map, because I do see a lot of Haarp rings. The system, first off, is getting charged up by the G1 solar flare. Or, I mean, not solar flare, G1 geometric storm. Alright, solar winds hitting our Earth, and that's leaving it, but it's still going to be there till, from the energy, till Friday. So I want people out there be prepared. Look at this system. Alright. And this system right here over North and South Dakota, alright, is sucking up all this hot air. From that G1, it charges up the air first off. And right to the left, right in the middle of North and South Dakota, that's where that cold front is. Alright? And it's mixing up, so that's going to become in the north side by North Dakota and Wyoming. We can see all these Haarp rings, scalar squares. Look at this, folks. They're amping this thing on. Alright, so they got the cold front. Alright, and they're just zapping the central United States and the West Coast. Look at all the Haarp rings. There's just too many to name, but you got a Haarp ring over Washington State. Alright. So warnings and watches for Washington State for next 24 to 72 hours. You got Haarp rings down here in North California. You got Haarp rings right there on the border of Nevada and California. Warnings and watches for next 24 to 48 hours. You got Haarp rings all over central United States on the left side of the storm. Alright, check this out. Look at Wyoming got Haarp rings. The Dakotas ain't got no Haarp rings. They got that system, but you just look down, look at all that. In the four corners. Alright, Colorado, Utah. Alright, they got Haarp rings. Arizona, Haarp rings. New Mexico, look at that, Haarp rings. Four corners, alright. So warnings and watches. Then you got major scalar square right here. From Oregon all the way down. Just straight right through Oregon. Makes it to right. Alright, folks. So I'm out there to be prepared. Alright, this is a major system. And we're going to probably see a possible later on around Thursday, Friday. A possible major snow system, alright, as the West Coast is getting zapped. And on top of all these Haarp rings, I'm going to actually put a warning and watches for the West Coast of the United States for a moderate to major earthquake, including in Oklahoma. I want people out there to be prepared, alright. We got Haarp rings all over New Mexico, Kentucky, and then, my bad, let me scroll over so you guys can see this. Right now, I'm going to put warnings and watches for tornadoes. Alright. In Mississippi, heading towards Alabama. Look at this system right here, man. This is powerful this is real powerful. That red. So if you live in northern Mississippi, or if you live in northern Alabama, be prepared. There's a Haarp ring right over, if you check this out right here. Bam, Haarp ring. Alright, so warnings and watches for overnight from all the way from Mississippi. Right now, this is where we're going to see the probably the strongest, Kentucky, all the way up to Kentucky too, Tennessee. Warnings and watches from Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi. If you live in Alabama though right now, Mississippi, please, if you're in the line of that severe thunderstorm, I know there's tornadoes in it. I know that for a fact. Please take shelter. And the same, if you see all that beige color too, all the way up from Kentucky near Indiana, all the way down to Louisiana. You know, this is a system, man. Look at this. Alright, and off to the right, like I said, there's Haarp rings. You got Haarp rings over Western New York and Western PA. You got Haarp rings over Ohio. You got Haarp rings in West Virginia, folks. Or you got Haarp rings down here in Florida. You got Haarp rings down here in Louisiana around New Orleans. And the South Shore District got Haarp rings out here in the ocean off the Texas. Alright. And for the next 24 to 48 hours, alright, I'm going to just do it. From now to 24 hours, I'm putting warnings and watches. 4 tornadoes for South Indiana. 4 Kentucky. 4 Tennessee. Right now, warning, red warning. If you live in North Mississippi, North Alabama, for a tornado. Now to 24 hours, like I said, I'm going to keep on saying it, sir. Kentucky, Tennessee, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Florida, Louisiana, next 24 to 48 hours. Alright, and around Thursday, Friday, we got a lot of snow out here in the west. I want people to be prepared for a possible major snow storm that's going to combine all this. Alright, what's off the shore on the west coast. And we're going to take a deeper look at that. But if you live in North and South Dakota, warnings and watches for severe floods and snowstorms and blizzard-like condition as this system's twirling and has control over this whole system. Alright, also we see powerful thunderstorm lines up here in Minnesota heading towards Wisconsin. Alright, folks. And near Illinois. And the next, I say about, because tomorrow's going to be even warmer than today, I say about next 24, possibly we might have tornado warnings over tomorrow night, like starting tomorrow afternoon for the north, actually. If I'm looking at this right, because you can see the strong line system. Alright, and this is actually obsolete from this big system that's getting turned all the way up to northern Canada and sucked into the system that's in North and South Dakota. But this system is staying straight. Alright, so that means that there's a scalar square, and that's a system by itself. So, and it's moving towards the east. But after that, we're going to see floods. Put warnings and watches for flash floods. Definitely down south. Warnings and watches for flash floods. Starting tomorrow all the way till Friday morning for the East Coast and the Northeast. I want everyone out there, be prepared. Please like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Facebook. This is the No Face Movement. Moving to next time. Facing off. And if you live in Alabama, right now it's 6:10. If you live in northern Mississippi, right now it's 6:10. Please take shelter as you guys have a major system. Strong thunderstorms, strong winds, that's why it's red, and possible tornadoes. This is the No Face Movement. Moving to next time. And just look at it. Just look to the west. Look at all those Haarp rings, folks. Alright, this is the movement to next time. Facing off.